If you could go back to your younger self,
Do you know what truly separates the people who rise above failure?
It's a very good question.
I'm joined by Lawrence Shuruma, a professional athlete who travels the world impacting people through his speeches. We break down the mindset behind resilience, gratitude, and true mental toughness, and why your success will come crumbling down without them. This is the growth concept.
Let's do it.
Lawrence Shuruma,
Yes, so.
welcome to the Growth Concept Podcast.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Beautiful.
Your mission, Lawrence, is to empower people to reach their full potential. Why is this so important to you?
Well, it's a lot more important to me because I've seen what it has done to me personally first. I always start with like me as a person individually, seeing where I've gone, where I used to be, and how I've managed to change everything, reassess myself, reset myself, and seeing exactly where I've been to then going to see the results of that. And if you were to tell me it was just based on my physicality or all those aspects, that's a lie, because it's mainly when I actually tap into my mind. And that's when I saw massive changes. And then obviously I was very aware of how I was performing.
Yeah.
The habits that I was creating for myself. So I break it out into this. So it's first you have habits, that you grow up with and potentially you've picked up over the years.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And that's what controls us.
Yeah.
So those habits are there for us to keep us safe, right? And which is fine because they're for you. They're your personal habits. My habits are not your habits.
Yeah.
My habits keep me safe. So then it's a mental thing, right?
Yeah.
Then you go, obviously, the way we break it out is like you can actually learn new habits and you can use the habits. So, it's either using the habits that you currently have, learn new ones to go to another level. So
I love that. So when you say you went through this transition yourself, let's go back in this timeline of growth for you. Let's unpack the root of everything that has established yourself to where you are now. You are a son of seven?
yes,
Seven
so I'm the
children.
older brother. My mom's got, we are all 7 of us all together. So I'm the older one and we got one sister.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big family.
Big family, exciting one.
Let's unpack the growth from your childhood. What key pivotal moments did you have throughout this childhood? Because obviously you're a professional soccer player or football player.
Yeah.
Help me understand where these lines connect throughout your journey.
Well, in what ways? Like in terms
Let's
of
go
growing up?
start like your childhood. What was that like for you?
So for us, like growing up, obviously, I've always known just my mom.
Yeah.
So, stepping from Africa, coming to Australia, it was a completely different journey, I've always found myself in a position whereby I needed to create something for myself somehow. Because I obviously have my mom, and then my mom had a few other kids, I think from the age of 13, 12, I was already a kid who's just going out there and trying to make things happen, which was always...
As in like goals at the age of 13?
like sort of like just going out there, playing football on the streets, having fun, and then coming home a bit later, and mom is worried for me, I've always been that kind of kid, which is exciting, but obviously when you're younger, you don't really know, how difficult it is for yourself because you're just living in the moment as a kid. Everything is provided for you in a way. Your mom's taking care of you, all friends and families and relatives. The big change happened really when I got to Australia and I realized how important it is to actually have both both parents in your life.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because my dad's had a massive part of my life and I don't think I would be the man I am now without that influence, as well as both sides of this influence.
Yes.
Help me understand, like, how did that impact you, whether it was positive or negative, without having a father figure?
Do you have both your parents in your life, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So in that sense, like, if you have both parents, you will know exactly, like, if they're all playing big role in your life somehow.
Yeah.
They will. When you don't have one parent and you're depending on just your mom, there's always a room where a father figure is so important for you in your life, because there's specific things that I see in my life right now that I need a father figure in my life to be able to learn those things somehow, and I can see how important it is because I had to take on that role for myself somehow. And then, it was definitely very difficult at points when your mom's got few more kids and she's playing both those roles of a father and a mother at the same time, right? So then somehow being the older one in a culture, you need to step up. You have to be the guy that shows up. Doesn't matter, even if the daughter was the older one and you're the second,
you would need to rise up.
It doesn't matter. The man in the family becomes the next man if your father's not around.
Yeah.
That's just...
How old were you when you obviously had to step up into this role?
I think from the age of 13, it was already over. It was
wow.
like I'm already taking responsibility for myself.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to do everything, And then I also saw the struggles, and my mom, she obviously cared about me a lot because being the firstborn, that doesn't go away from my mother. She really cared so much. But the room has to be there for my brothers. So I took that off my mom to say, look, I'm gonna take care of myself and also be there for her and make it easier for her, right? So definitely the role of a father figure, not having a dad in my life, has definitely, it was massive impact for me because I was always looking and searching. And because not just my dad was there, my dad passed away before I was born, so my mom was pregnant before my dad,
Wow.
So, and then I never had proper pictures. I never knew how he looked like, what he would like from me. So all of those things kept on running in my mind, right? So it was a massive thing for me for many years that I will literally find myself connecting to people and their fathers if they treated me nicely.
Yes.
And then I'll be like, this guy is really being like a role model and a dad here. So
yeah.
I'll be like there. But then only to come and realize that this is actually not my father. Like,
but
those
Lawrence. Characteristics you're taking on board and applying that because you haven't seen that in your own life type
yes,
thing.
I haven't seen it. And I've never,
wow.
I'm like, this guy's treating his kids this way. And if I'm friends with his kids, and then I'll be like a lot more connected to them. I'll be like,
100%.
This is so amazing, but only to realize, hey, it's not your dad, man. Wake up.
What was your connections like through, obviously, high school, uni, going into your external educations and stuff? What were your connections like through that period? Were you getting caught up in the wrong crowds with not having this father figure to know what a good, value-driven man looks like?
Yes. So, yeah, definitely, man. Like, obviously, your environment determines who you become, right?
Yeah.
So, like, majority of the time, yes, once you start leaving home, you start going to schools, you start attending sports clubs, you start to hang out with people that are completely, that are not coming from your background. And my mom has always raised us to be really caring and really loving, to be there for each other. She's passed on so much love and happiness to us. Like, that's what is so important, But the masculine aspect of it came a bit differently, So like, so the role models of other people definitely has changed and shaped me as well because I was trying to figure my ways out. So I found myself navigating towards the wrong groups and start believing that I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
So those things start coming through because I kept on searching.
Especially being in the professional football space, it's like, especially having that father figure, like personally, like having that person to count on for that push, whether it's motivation or support.
Yeah.
How did you go about these? Because you've had failures, you've had serious injuries, and you still had to push through that to get to the level that you got to.
Man, it was difficult. Like, I remember some days that you will wake up in the morning, you go, there's literally nobody going to take you to the games.
Yeah.
You're playing games, you're showing up, and you see other parents there supporting their kids, and it's only you, And then I don't have, my mom will never show up to the games, which is fine. Like, I understand. Even though I will hold her accountable, I'm like, Mom, why weren't you there, But I know that she had other things to worry about.
Had 6 other kids.
Yes, of course, man. Like, hey. But sometimes even I'll be doing so well, and the people that will push me and, give me motivation will be the parents from other teams, like the football parents, that are there with their kids. But they'll be like, Lawrence, you did so well today. You did so amazing. But it would just feel so good to just hear it from your parent, like from your mom or from a relative or somebody that, seeing you become this person.
Yeah.
But trust me, man, I was difficult.
How did you go mentally? Were you mentally hurt with, because I'm just trying to picture myself in your shoes. how was your mental state? Because I know this day and age there is so much more higher risks of a young teenage male developing these anxieties, depressions, image issues, and then it escalating and going into the worst case scenario. What was your headspace like during these times?
So, you mean like what was their my mindset like?
Yeah.
You know, seeing all these things, going through all these problems, you know, questioning all those abilities of having somebody to support me and being there. Like, it took me a long time to figure it out. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's actually not for anybody that potentially will be listening to this. Like, when you're going through this, it will take you a long time to actually realize and accept those things, those problems. You know, like to accept that these things are actually happening for you. You know, it took me a very long time, you know, to figure this out. But majority of the time, my motivation was like, man, my dad is not here, nobody's here. I got myself. I'm going full power. You're not gonna beat me.
Love that.
You're not gonna crush me. You're not gonna beat me. There's no way you're gonna outperform me. I don't care whether I came to training, I had food, whether I caught the bus, whether I slept somewhere where I didn't have enough time to sleep, whatever. Whether I'm dehydrated, whatever, right? So I didn't care. But the one thing I knew for sure, I had my purpose, because majority of these kids that had it all handed to them, they come in with all this attitude that I've got it. But me, I never had it. So I gotta fight for everything. And I'm looking up. I'm seeing my dad, who I envisioned. That's where it all started. I visualized him being there, being present. Even my time living in Asia and trying to play football in Asia, I was the only person. I look in the crowd, even though I scored beautiful goals. I'm enjoying myself. But then you're celebrating, you get this joy, man. But you look up and you see no one. And then sometimes the big one is like when actually walking in, they play the song, you're actually walking in to play a game. And then you walk out through the tunnel and you look up and you literally, everybody's out there, but you just know that there's nobody there that actually knows
There's
your
no
roots,
that connection.
Yeah. But so I had to figure that out, and then I'll look up and then I'll envision, and then I'll tell myself, they're out there with you. They're supporting you. They're guiding you. Your dad is there. He's looking. He's clapping for you. He's, like that's what literally drove me throughout. And up to today, man, it's still there.
I love that.
Before I do any form of a talk, man, I just give gratitude to that, man. I say, hey, man, this is what you want to see me do. I don't know what it is you expected from me, but I'm here now. I hope you're proud, and I hope you're happy to see me here. That was my drive.
Such a powerful point you've just raised, especially with visualizing these things. And a point I really want to talk on is in your speech that you did last week in your conference, you said, no matter how much success you have, if you don't have gratitude, it will all come tumbling down.
Man, that's, I started my conversation with that all the time. When you talk about spirit, success and gratitude are very close. Look up any entrepreneur, anybody that's out there, unless if they're lying. When they reach to a certain level, they've known that they practice gratitude a lot by giving without having any form of attachment.
Yeah.
Practicing this all over and over. When you give, you receive. I'm not saying it's a balanced, equal rights to that you give 50, you receive 50. No. What I mean is when you give as little as you got, you receive more and more and more and more. So giving is a gratitude, because first of all, you're appreciating that what I've got is enough to share with another person,
literally,
even though no matter how small it is. So then if you have that attitude already, it's easy for you to live in abundance. It's easy for you to receive more, because God knows and the universe knows that, hey, man, this guy is out here very appreciative. He wants to become successful. He is successful. But with what he's got here, he's already giving. So then if I give him more, he's going to try to give more too.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said gratitude, you always got to be in that space. It's so powerful. It's very close to success. So that's why I do that thing, gratitude, attitude. When I go
gratitude, attitude.
Yeah, so
I love that.
You got to have the gratitude, attitude all the time.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm grateful to be in this space. About a couple of months, a year back, will I say I would be sitting here with you doing this podcast? I'll say, no, that's a lie, bro. But I'm grateful,
Do you find, especially in the self-development, personal growth space this day and age, that gratitude seems to be, I don't know, looked down upon or not... It's spoken a lot, right?
Yeah.
But it seems to lose its seriousness. Can't think of a better word. Seriousness. What are your thoughts on? We're looking at the personal growth community right now.
Yep.
What do you think gratitude is missing, or what do you think we're not talking about that people need to be aware on if gratitude is so important and success and gratitude is so closely combined? What are we missing for it to be so much more powerful?
I think a lot of people need to start paying more attention when it comes to like actually success. For me personally, it's like reassessing yourself all the time and see what areas, because we tend to forget it. You know, when things are going up for you well, you actually don't pay attention. This is the way it's so weird. And also when things are not going well for you, you forget to pay attention to the small ones that are already happening to you. So it's sometimes just like taking a step back, man, and question like, okay, this is where I'm at right now. You celebrate 1 year anniversary of your podcast, which is amazing.
Thanks, man.
You know, so like now you gotta, okay, what am I doing as well that's out there, that's giving, has supported with that any form of attachment to it? You know, what are some of the things you're grateful for, even through the means of difficult times, you know? So people tend to forget it. The more you're going, you forget to actually do those small little things. And it doesn't take a lot, man.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have it, it's even scary.
Exactly. That point you've just raised, it's like the yin-yang situation.
Yeah.
You don't know what you have without not having anything. It's like the start of this year, I'm an electrician.
Yes.
I got electrocuted at work.
Yes.
Really bad zap.
Oh, man.
And I thought I was going to die. That thought was coming into my mind. Should I get this checked out? Because when you get a massive electric shock, it can throw your heartbeat out.
Yeah.
And then when your heart rate drops to resting that night, it just stops.
Oh, wow.
I know. And these were thoughts coming into my mind. I'm like, if I do not get this checked out, then I could die. I don't know. There's two sides to it.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, I wrote a note to myself. I'm so thankful to just have this day, to wake up, open my eyes, and I'm alive. Like,
Yes.
you're alive.
Yes.
And it's not spoken enough about. And I think that point you've just raised is so powerful. What was that moment for you?
For me, I think it's mainly like when I looked at everything that was happening to me, you know, and me being chosen to be in that environment of being the firstborn, having amazing younger brothers, having amazing mom who cared so much about kids. And I looked at everything, not being born and not seeing my father, coming from a third world country, coming to Australia, going through all these things, man. Like, I kept on like complaining, saying this was all crazy things that was happening. Like, me not having a father, me not having the opportunity, me not having anybody to look up to, all of that, me being the firstborn and being responsible for a lot of things, putting myself last and always putting my family first. All of those things, like, the switch happened when I realized, instead of complaining, man, you know, I need to stop pointing fingers and saying, hey, this is happening to me, therefore I need to stay the way I am. And just, I actually said, maybe, man, hey, this is why you need to be that person for you, man. You need to show up. You need to show up for yourself. You need to show up for your brothers. You need to show up for your mom. You need to show up for the world, man. You need to show up to be that figure that you've been looking, you know, you've been searching for, man.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people want to become successful, but they forget that a lot of the success comes through the difficult times. You have to go through something. You getting electric, those are the things that actually has managed to get you to think different, to appreciate more, to say, wait a minute, my life would have been easily gone, bro.
Yeah.
Time to switch it up, you know?
Take action.
Time to,
Literally.
Yeah, time to like go, fuck, let me change it all up, man. Let me start a podcast. Let me do this. Let me tell my story more to help other people.
Yeah, for real.
But we, you know, people might be listening to this, they go like, they're going through some problems right now. But they've accepted those problems to be their reality. You know, instead of separating yourself, man, elevate. You know, you need to go through that.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to say, it's, you don't obviously want to experience a close to death situation, but it's a great eye-opener.
Hey, if it happens, right?
Yeah, literally.
You know,
Not
control over
saying
it.
to go out of your way.
No, yeah, of course. Not saying that like you have to go through the massive things like,
Exactly.
you know, close to death type of thing. But there's things that are happening to people on a daily basis, right? But people choose to accept it and say, my life sucks, right? Oh, I almost died. That was it. But yes, but like, it's too difficult for me. You know, things are not going my way. I've lost a business relationship. the difficulties, or you know, I don't see anything else except failure and problems, or people been telling you you're not good enough, whatever. Those things are all shaping. Or you went through bullies, for example. You know, I talked at schools, there's kids going through bullies all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they accept that to be who they are because of the words. The words are powerful, right? So, not saying for you not to, you know, you don't have to go through major things
Yeah,
like
100%.
that. No,
But when saying that, when obviously the world seems to be coming down on you, your
Yeah.
business has failed, your relationship, you're getting divorced, your kids may not be in the good books with the kids, or
yes.
with social media these days, a branding, someone remixed a video of you and it's gone viral and it's not your true, authentic
Yeah,
self,
man,
you know?
yeah.
How do you look in the light, find the positive when the world just seems to be coming down? It's like, man, it's just too much. I can't deal with it. And boom.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You know, there's like a fear. A lot of people are actually scared of that. That's the biggest thing, to put themselves out there, because they're scared. What will happen if my image gets ruined? What will happen? You know, I've had an experience before where somebody created a social, and they would be sending me messages about crazy things. How I'm gonna ruin your life. They're like a stalker, whatever. Up to today, I never found out, right? They'll be sending messages. I'm gonna ruin your life. You know, you think you're older. You think you think you inspire people by your lifestyle is this and this. They said all type of things, and then they'll be sending me messages after message. I'll block the social, the Facebook. They'll create another one, and then they'll send me the same stuff. They will say things like, you know, I've got some worse images of you. I'm gonna post it online. I'm gonna make you. People gonna hate you. You think you know too many. Like those things, right? I was afraid, man. Not gonna lie. I was like, this is scary, you know? The social world is so weird, man. But one thing I realized, man, one day I sent him a message. I was like, you know what? Post all of it. I'm actually excited because you're actually you're gonna just add more fire onto what it is that I'm doing, bro. You know?
100%.
You know, because I know myself, I know how authentic I am, and I know how real I am. So I'm not out there living the life you're assuming of me. It's okay. You can have your perception of my lifestyle and who I am, not until you get to know me. So that removed all the fear around, you know? So then I was like, wait a minute, I'm not really interested in all of that. You can do whatever. I know my purpose. I know my vision. I know how I carry myself, because only you know yourself by yourself.
Exactly.
Apart from somebody else. It doesn't matter who, your mom, your brothers, and all of that. People might think they know you, but they actually don't, because the moment you can tap into your reality, bro, like you know who you are. So therefore, my whole, people can mix whatever. If I have it that I know who I am, it happens to celebrities, bro. How many celebrities out here that get their images get blasted up, things being made about themselves every time?
Things that do happen, like for example, Will Smith. How don't even know what year, probably would have been, what, 2018, 2020 or something like that.
Is that for the slap?
Yeah, the slap. Yeah, even that, like such a small moment can just destroy everything.
A lot, and you got to recover. But obviously that day is visual.
Yeah,
he slapped the guy. But we don't know the story back end of it, what drove him to make that decision, right?
But you were saying, in your experience with obviously this person attacking you on social media, and you were scared, and how long until you had this switch and you were like, okay, post it? Because I know...
Because it happened so many times, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, like, it was happening over and over. So like for me, and I was like, okay, look, man, you just need to accept it quickly. The quicker you accept it, the quicker you accept that this world is gonna, you know, when you put yourself out there, you're gonna get a lot of hate. You're gonna get a lot of hateful comments. And then I look at other platforms as well, man. Your podcast, for example, might have, in a few years' time, you start going to many things. You will have people saying things. What you said was not right.
100%.
You're so incorrect. Where did you get this from? And then I look all of that. I just see it, and man, this is a success, man. You don't know my story. Before I started talking, being online on Facebook, I couldn't even put one or two words together that would make sense. Knowing today that I'm in front of you and trying to like motivate them, inspire them, it's, you know, it's crazy.
It's something that Gen A and Gen Z is facing so much, is like these, what if someone says this, what if that, and all these things and stuff. But obviously keep in mind a vision or something. I was going to talk to you about, obviously you went through this incident with this person or multiple people essentially shitting on you for reaching your mission. What pushed you through that instead of being like, oh, they're right, packing up my bags? What was your drive to push through that?
you know, where I was going was more important to me than where this person might potentially put me. So the place where you realize that things are gonna happen to you. You're not talking about resilience, because I know the resilience questions potentially come out. It's like once you know where you're going is a lot more better than where you've been, where you're coming from. You don't really care so much about a lot of things, man. Like
Exactly.
for me personally, like I know for sure, yeah, man. Like people can say whatever they want to say, but I'm happier. You know, I know where I'm going. I know how I'm interacting with the humans that are coming into my life and how I'm transforming lives through, you know, the reset and rewire, the mindset workshop.
Yeah.
I know for sure the testimonials I'm getting from people are a lot more important to me than me crumbling down to one person or two people or three people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So which is a lot more important to me. And then I question myself, you know, do I want to take a pause now and listen to this person and believe what they're trying to put on to me, or continue going where I want to go? And if where I want to go is a lot more important to me, why listen to them? Why pay attention to them? Why put myself to their standards? Because their standards are not my standards. Where I want to go is a lot more important to me. So therefore, the people listening to this could be the same thing. People might gossip about you, say things about you that's going to be hurtful, bully you, say all type of things under the sun, man. Get you fired because they think you're not doing a good job. Like, your worth is a lot more important, not until you can tap into it. The moment you tap into your worth and you know exactly who you are, where you want to go, nothing that's going to come along the way will ever stop you from your greatness.
How did you tap into your worth? Because I know, obviously, your upbringing may have been very degrading at first with not growing up with a father, your mum not watching too many games. How did you go through that?
You know, like, I needed to build something for myself. So, like, I already knew, okay, when my football career stopped, when I realized, you know, it was... I dreamed, you know, this was what it is that I want to achieve so bad, becoming a professional athlete, to, you know, to set myself up, because I didn't see myself like really studying and going to uni and doing all these things. I just, even though the teachers tell me you got so much potential, man, but like for me personally, I loved sports so much. I love soccer so much. I like acting. So I couldn't see myself doing that. So when I chased the football career, became professional, but then it didn't go according to where I wanted to be. Couldn't set me free to become wealthy, build all the success that I want. Like, you know, everyone's here. When they say professional athlete, 100%. You know, you imagine them having this mansion.
Being dropped off in a Rolls Royce. Just like, hey, guys.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Signing autographs, doing all those things, right? Yeah. I never had that, man. Like, it didn't come to me. So I looked at it all, and then I said, man, hey, the reset happened when, like, all this happened, and then I was like, let me tap back into what's next for me now? What's the thing for me now? And then I found out the whole mindset, public speaking, story sharing, changing, you know, people's way of thinking to give them new ideas about themselves that they want to actually achieve.
Such a valuable skill.
And then from there, then we just started seeing like, I remember, man, when I jumped on Facebook for the first time, that thing was scary. Because I lived a really like exciting life as well, you know?
Yeah.
Up to today, you know, you came to my event the other day. The people that were in that room are not the people I actually used to party with and have fun with. Because none of them will do what I'm doing right now. They'd be like, they all called it out. I was like, bro, you're crazy, man. What are you doing, bro?
Exactly.
This is not you.
That's how you know you're doing something right.
Say, this is not you, man. You want to party with us? You want to do all these crazy things? Let's go get the girls.
Yeah.
Bro, like, you know. But when I started doing it, it took me a long time for them to start accepting it. It took a long time.
100%. Resilience is playing out throughout your life, obviously. Yes. Growing up, becoming a professional football player. But one key thing I feel in your story is knowing when to stop. For example, your football career, you were saying that you realized, you became self-aware that you weren't going to get to, correct me if I'm wrong, that level of wealth, fame, to support your family, your lifestyle.
Yep.
What was that switch like for you? Was it hard to make?
Yeah, I mean, it was very difficult to make because I love the game so much, man. Like, I'm a great player, man. I'm not joking about that, you know. You know, up to today, you know, you put me in a room, I still keep myself fit. I can still destroy a player. That's not a joke, you know.
Yeah.
So, but for me to accept that as my thing, because the injuries kept on coming in, it was difficult, man. Up to today, like I never even announced that I'm retired. But in my head, I already know the game is over. So it was difficult, very, very difficult. But then again, like, and you need to be very self-aware of what it is that's a lot more important to you, and you need to be realistic. When it comes to setting goals, man, you set goals. You need to be very specific, very realistic sometimes about your goals, and it has to be time-based.
Sorry to cut you off, but when you say realistic, I know a lot of entrepreneurs say set massive goals that when you look at it, it's like, no way, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But for you, where does the line draw between, okay, that's way out of the league, but it's, again, perception.
Yeah.
How do you determine if it's way out of the league compared to, okay, this is realistic, it's doable?
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at it and it's like, okay, cool, top end, still professional athlete, want to become, play for a big team, play for Arsenal, whatever. It's important. You have to see the big vision. Set as much big vision as you can. But at the end of the day, you need to come back to where you are right now. That's the part of it.
Yeah.
And then see what you need to do right now to get to that big goal, right? And then on the journey to going to that, through those steps, that's who you become. That's how you evolve over the years. And then if you sit with it for as long as you can through that, through that practice, through what it's aligning with, then obviously it will start to come together. Then all of a sudden, your vision, the things you have on your vision board will start to come.
Yeah.
It's not like you create a vision board and you have everything on a vision board. They don't just come out at once. They have their time frames, right? But the journey to get there potentially is just simple steps.
Exactly.
So that's the realistic aspect of it. Not taking away from the big goal. The big goal is important. But some people set a big goal and they want it now.
They don't have the patience to do the reps.
No.
Good point. Well, I think I was talking to you about, have you watched the movie The Secret?
Yes, of course.
If you're listening to this podcast, strongly recommend The Secret. It changed my life. And
me too, of course. I watched the video. Bro, this was my thing. I read through it. I'm not a big reader, by the way. So, like, I listen to the audiobooks. I search up the audiobooks and then I listen to the videos. I watch the movie. It's a movie too. Yeah. So I watch all of those things, man. And I actually got a book too. And I read it, The best time for me to read is when I'm flying. Like, I love it because I know for sure.
You don't have 10
Hey, man, I'm sitting there, I'm reading my book.
Phone's in flight mode.
Yeah, of course. So I'm chilling, I'm reading. But that book is amazing.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that movie I watched when no one was home. And it was the first movie that brought tears to my eyes.
Mad.
I shedded a tear.
Mad.
And it was the moment where there was that guy who got in a plane crash.
Yes.
And he was told, you'll never walk again. He snapped his back in 2 places. He set a goal. This was not sure what month. He set a goal in 8 weeks. I'm walking out of here for Christmas to spend time with my family. And he communicated that with his blinking of the eyes because he couldn't talk, couldn't move at all.
Yeah.
And we're doing the reps, that mental rehearsal, that goal setting. He walked out of that hospital in 8 weeks.
Mad.
And that was the moment I realized whatever you put your mind to is going to happen. Whether that's good or bad.
Yes.
Only you can determine that.
Yeah, bro.
And that's the moment that made me be like, damn, you are in control. You are in the driver's seat. Stop blaming it on people that they're driving your car. You're
where energy flows,
where energy flows,
where focus flows.
Yeah.
Where focus goes, energy flows. Yeah, so
attention
where you
goes,
focus,
energy flows.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, but whatever, figure it out. You know what we're talking about. So, like, what it is. So basically, you focus on something so much that energy will start to go into that. So sometimes it's just interesting. So when I'm out in the gym and I go like, okay, you're concentrating on bicep. And then a lot of people just like pumping the iron. And then you go like, okay, cool, man. But have you tried to like focus on seeing that bicep growing as you're tensing, as you're actually focusing on that?
Mind to muscle.
Yeah, the mind to muscle connection, right? So then that's where aspect of things, and you see how powerful the mind is. So potentially if you hold something in your mind over and over and you believe it vividly, like so closed up, every single time you practice. I'm not saying throughout the day because there's a very law that I really like to practice, like set it and leave it, which I really love that. So whereby you manifest in the morning, you go through that, and then you go through in the evening. First thing first when you wake up, because you're literally there. There's not a lot of things coming into your mind. You just woke up, you're fresh, lock that in, and then let it be. just relax, go on with your days. And then in the evening before you go to bed, lock it in again. Then set it and let it be. Then throughout, you're just living your life. Potentially, that's the whole idea. Because you've locked the most important parts of the day. You've locked the first thing in. And then whatever is happening in between is going to be determined by those things. Because you programmed it already. You know, it's the foundation. So that's where I'll see it. It's so important. Our mind is so powerful in how we create. You know, so that's why we have habits. Like I said earlier, you create your habits. Then you can unlearn or reset new habits, and you can use those habits to get what it is that you want to get.
Reset, rewire, and rise.
Yes.
Such a great saying. You've done a lot of work with the youth in schools. Have you done much work with like younger adults? Obviously, you probably have with your coaching business.
Yes. So we got in the 6-week coaching programs. That's when we actually go with young adults. Or at the moment, the workshop that you came into. It's mainly to promote the 6-week coaching program. And that's where we get to sit down with you, go through exactly where you are currently, you know, see where it is, and then find out exactly what it is that you want to achieve. And then once we figure that out, then we obviously brand you, give you the tools you need in a place, and then we figure out exactly what has been the key things that's stopping you from achieving those goals. And you'll be surprised a lot of the things people are not even so aware of it until you actually start diving deep. Because a lot of it's unconsciously all the time controlling you, and you don't know it.
Exactly.
Because when was the last time? Well, maybe I do it all the time, but when you get to sit down and see exactly, you're at cause. I remember at the event what I was saying. You're at cause of everything. There's effect to cause of. So, whatever you do, whatever you think of, there's a triangle. I like to describe it. There's a triangle to it. And the reason I put triangle, because people sometimes come out and like, I wasn't part of this. It happened over there. And then, why is it me? Like, I'm like, where in your life for the past few weeks or past few months or last year or so that you were thinking like this, or where you had these conversations and then boom, it's come back at you. So your cause and effect is important. It's very much, bro.
And you have done this with obviously visualizing your coaching. It wasn't just an idea. You woke up and be like, I'm going to start coaching. It's those reps, the one thought being like, how do I find a way out of this? How do I find a way where I pursue something so passionate that I love to do and I can make a difference? Boom, doing the reps.
Yes.
Was it kind of that same switch
Practice,
for you?
yes. Yeah. Over and over. I do it all the time. There's no, we manifest. We manifest and we lock in. Everything that we did at that event, within 2 weeks to be able to get 50 people in the room for the first ever speaking engagement, that was all locked in every single time. I was on a sunset, chilling, locking it in, seeing people walking through that door, seeing that car being there, was locked in. Seeing everything happen, was seen already in my mind before it happened. Whether it was something I was sharing with my team or not, that's got nothing to do with my team. It's me as a person. I'm the creator. So I'm putting all those people in. Without me thinking like that, those people wouldn't be in my life. You wouldn't have been in that room because my mind was exactly where it need to be to manifest that, to bring those things in. That's how powerful this thing is. So when you identify exactly how to lock in, I've taken my athletes, I've taken people through this. And I say, can you see that happening? Because when you connect your emotion in the moment and you feel that, how does it feel like? Who's there with you? You know, how does it feel like being in that room with those people? You know, something for you for your speaking and stuff like that before you get on that stage. Even today before this podcast, I'm coming here today locked in. I have a glance through all the mess through that, and I've seen it all. But I visualize how the success of this event already surpassed before 100%. I got here, right? That's it. So the power is in your mind, brother. It's not outside of you.
That framework obviously does involve a lot of discipline, a lot of reps, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of resilience.
Yes.
With doing a lot of work in these schools, working with the youth, young individuals, developed individuals, what role does resilience play in this process?
Yeah, so like obviously for the kids is like, you know, a lot of them the things they're going through is like looking at socials, looking at social media, seeing success of other people and assuming that could be their success too, and it's fine, it's all good, but they hold themselves onto that, and it does affect them in a way. One thing that's so important is they don't understand that they have their own journey and they have their own growth surpass high school. So, to tap into themselves more and believe in themselves a lot more and start to be more, what will I say, to care. So when we go into the schools, the things that we see a lot with the kids is they struggle with, let's say, for example, when the pressure comes in to perform with exams, with lifestyle, parents demanding a lot from themselves.
Yeah.
And then maybe some of them are struggling with self-love, they want to be accepted. They're searching for that within their friends at school. Maybe some of them are struggling with bullies, or there's bullies as well who are bullying people. But so our job is to be able to tell them that you got love, tell them you're worthy, be able to find that you can come through on top of this. What you're worried about right now is not, it's not gonna be a big deal in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months. You got what it takes to still become great, right? So finding those aspects of things, and then the bullies as well, questioning their way, why they're going out of their way to bully people. Because every single time you're mistreating somebody or you're doing something to somebody, it's someone doing something to you, or you're experiencing something outside of school that you're projecting that onto another kids through your own problems, through your own fears. Identifying, hey man, where are you coming from? Where's all these causes? Is there someone you need to talk to? Those type of things. So we see a lot of that when we're doing the talks at schools. And sometimes when I'll do a talk at school and we'll have like about 20 kids following and messages after messages. You'll be great at schools, bro. You'll kill it. So we see that over and over. And that's something I'm really, really excited about all the time.
With resilience and obviously dealing a lot with the youth, does ego stop a lot of them?
Bro, ego is a big thing, man, especially for men too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Man, I see that all the time with the boys. I see it with my friends. I see that with everyone, man. You got
even
this
the culture, because I was talking to Diego, your partner,
my guy, yes.
Yeah. And he was talking about, I was talking to him about why here. And he goes, the Australian kids need help.
Yes.
That's his mission, to help the kids. And that sparked my mind, because I am an Australian kid, and just observing the younger generation coming through now, even the generation now, just going through society, seeing how they act. It's really interesting. And yeah, as you were saying, ego is massive.
Bro.
How do we battle against ego and build resilience at the same time? Let's get this process. Like, let's say I come to you, I'm struggling with ego. I think I'm top shit. I run the studio.
Yeah. You are the top thing, man. What do you mean? You're running this studio. You're top, But
also I'm having these dreams, that I have these aspirations, but the resilience isn't there. I'm not willing to, put in the reps. I quit under pressure. So I'm worried about people think. How do we unpack that for an individual wanting to level up but may not know where to start?
Well, the cause of it is, if you look at gratitude, first, if you understand like gratitude, you will know that first of all, you're grateful for being in this space.
100%.
And gratefulness is giving and helping people. Yeah. So you're doing an amazing job already. So you look at that aspect of
Lawrence.
things. So that means ego gets out of the way, because ego is no gratitude, is it?
Good point.
So
I've spoken about
ego, what I mean?
A lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
And no one has ever tied it into gratitude.
Yeah.
And that's just clicked then, that you can't have massive amounts of ego if you're thankful for what you have.
Yeah, you're thankful for what you have, and then you're giving to people, and then you're helping people. And me having ego, it's not really me being good with people, because other people are getting affected. But me being giving and being in that space of giving, it does not, because we're in service. On my board at home, I have I'm here to serve. By serving, I'm receiving. Exactly. So you know what I mean? So what? Yeah. And if I'm in that space, literally sometimes I'll run into someone randomly out of nowhere, and I'm just giving my service of guidance, of help. It's not through, people think it's just through finances and all of that. I think it's just, what we're doing now is mentoring. The next person that's going to listen to, we're giving already. So ego is literally a lot of people that you have gone through a lot of things in your life, and you feel like this is who you are. This is who I am. I need to stand up like this. I need to feel like this because of what I've achieved and what I've got to have.
Yeah.
When it's taken away from you, you want to fight, you want to be rude, you want to be crazy, or when somebody shows up to make you feel small,
or challenge
you, and then you want to tell them, hey, you know what? I've got a podcast. What you got? Who do you think you are? Look at my girlfriend. She's so beautiful. I got a beautiful car. Like, you know what I mean? Like all of these things. Look at me. I look good. You know, I look fresh. Like, who do you think you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see that. People in the power that feel like they need to use that power to their advantage to destroy other people or to point out how strong they are is weakness. I don't see that. I don't respect that. Because people with purpose, with guidance to give and do well by people don't have that. And whenever I will catch the people that actually bully, not gonna lie, the people actually bully is like people that have that type of attitude. Because when you come at me, that's when I'm like, brother, chill. Just chill, bro. It's not that big. Just relax. Because if all this is stripped off you, who are you now? Who are you really, like, deep down? Can you rebuild? Can you show up when it's taken? Because if you're going to cry and think you're holding all this lifestyle as this higher, you're actually below that lifestyle now. It's bigger than you. But the moment you go, like, I'm bigger, I can always show up. I can always be myself. I can always give to people. I can always love people. I can fit into a luxury lifestyle, and I can also fit into down here.
You can relate to people also in that situation.
So your ego will get destroyed in a few minutes.
Have you seen a rise in ego in individuals talking in schools?
Man, that is, you get it all the time. That's the first thing first. I always break it down. Like, first thing first, man, I tell them, hey, listen, man, I've worked hard to be in this position. I respect each one of you guys in this room, man. I don't care who you are, what you wear, what you look like, what type of things you got, where I'm coming from. I don't care. I respect you guys. So that's why when we talk at schools and I talk about respect, my respect giving is like first thing first. I respect you, you know. When I start with that, they understand we even ground.
Good point. So then I'm visually seeing this like as a graph. The rise in ego is going up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but resilience is going down. Yeah. So ego's increasing and resilience is decreasing. Do you see that in schools?
In some ways, potentially nowadays with the individuality, everyone wants to be individual. They want to become their bosses. You know, everyone wants to be their bosses, man. And it's hard for you can't just you be in that space, somebody come in, but eventually they forget the resilience is gonna keep you there to be the boss because you the things you've gone through right now to set up this podcast. Yes, I see you, I see your success, and then I'm like, oh, I want to do exactly as you. You understand? But they forget the resilience and what you have to go through to be able to set this apart. Yeah. So if somebody sees you right now and say, "Yeah, I want to do this," then you forget that they forget that they know you, they know what you've gone through. Even though you want to help them to become that, their ego might potentially.
Good point.
You know.
Especially you see the end result too, like especially in lifestyles. Looking at social media, you see that guy in Dubai with his $12 million supercars, and you look at that and like, damn, I'm It's like the reps, the early mornings, the late nights, and sleepless nights. It's you don't see that.
Nobody, man.
That's the whole point of obviously your mission, my mission as well. Something we can relate on is showing that the process.
Process,
having credibility of the process. That way, when you reach the end result, it's like, hey, I was in your shoes too.
Correct,
like,
man.
It's okay.
It's good. And that's where it is. And you become the mentor because you've been through that. You can mentor them to become that. You know, you find the right people. I'm a big believer that people magnetically come to you based on who you are. You know, some people come to you to teach you a lesson. Some people come to you to elevate you. So you need to be in that position all the time where, you know, you're open-minded to receive or to learn all the time, you know. So, and I've seen so many people come to my life over the years, man. Like, and then sometimes I'll say, should I have behaved differently and I will have maintained this relationship? What did I learn here? You know, I get to speak to myself and judge myself in those aspects. It's normal, man. So, but that's exactly what it is.
It's like the 3 stages of friendship. People either come in for a reason, a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yes.
It's either the 3.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, obviously, looking back, seeing where each person stood with you and stuff. I got a couple last questions for you, Lawrence. This question I'm
the best question.
Really excited to ask you because you've had a very interesting life. You've had so many successes, setbacks, barriers to overcome, and you've pushed through that with that resilience, the gratitude, which is something I strongly value and want to commend you that I really admire your work. If you could go back to your younger self, what would you tell yourself and why with the knowledge and wisdom you have now?
I think if I was to go back to my younger self, man, like literally, man, I will be. Yeah, man, it's a very good question because my younger self was mostly always scared. I was always scared to be that person. I was always scared to be in front of people. I was always scared to be first, even though people thought I was first, even though people would think he's first. I was always scared of that. So I'm always mindful of my friends and people around me and trying to put them first. So like, just recently I realized, even over the years, even me speaking, I was always putting people. I was always putting things in front. So I was recently in Indonesia, and then I attended some session with one guru, you know, and then he was like, you know, I've noticed about you that you got a lot of greatness, but you tend to put yourself behind. Hence why this event came about. So he said to me, you need to stop that behavior and you need to put yourself out there. Put yourself in front. Own it. Be it. Become it. So my younger self, I would have said the quicker I would have done it, the better it was. Move out quickly. Really embrace it, even though whatever people think, just get out there, man, and just say, yeah, I'm the shit. Like, you know, just do it, man. Like, who cares? You're not doing it in a position of ego, even though potentially people might come out. People,
to
right?
an extent, you've got to have a healthy amount of ego to push through those limiting beliefs. Like, and then it's finding that balance within yourself that works best for you.
So that would be my thing, man. I think I would just...
Such a great answer.
I would just go for it, man. Go all out. Like, put yourself out there. Yell, scream to the world that I'm the best, you know? Like, just say it, man. Like, just let it go, man. Like, and that's for me personally, like, it takes a long time to actually accept that. And then sometimes, I think I had a mentor who said to me, are you scared of success, Lawrence? What's going on? And I'm like, in my head, I think about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe, man. Like, you know.
And what part of it scares you?
Because, you know, eventually it's like, just like what I described earlier, being there, being that person who's in that position. And then because I like for people to be in that position, because I want them to be, but then even though I was gifted that, it's my gift to shine. It's my gift to be present. It's my gift to put myself out there. So when I started like accepting that, it's over.
What is success to you? What does that look like or feel like to you?
For me, success is a daily thing, but for me, it's personally setting my goals and seeing it to become what it is that I want it to become. Success could mean a lot of things for different people, but for me, it's personally like just seeing myself go to places I want to go, personally for myself. And then, you know, it's transforming life, if it's me making decision to change my life or achieving my goals. That's once we see that happening on daily, what I mean is like not just seeing that success happen on top, but it's mainly on daily. I had a successful day, man. This was very productive day. It's amazing. I'm feeling good. Boom. That's success, man.
One thing I've gone from that point, which I'm sure you're aware of, is that's also your mission.
That's my mission.
So then it's tied perfectly. So then the success is the mission you're on right now, which I think that's truly amazing. It's
mad. It's good. We're on this journey, man. We're on this success.
My man, 100%.
We're flying, bro. There's no way, you know. We already found that place where you go. And you can, you know, where we talk about it's like reset, rewire, and rise.
Yeah.
And you can do that multiple times over the years, over the weeks. So there's times like, okay, cool. Right now, hey, this is where I've been. I need to reset right now to rise. You know, so like, oh, okay, maybe time to reflect, reset, boom. But then when we take people through that journey over the 6 weeks, you realize like, okay, I have clarity now. I know where I'm going. I can see it now. Okay, even though things I've never seen and believed in before, I can see it. And when you take them through that manifestation, bro, you get them to close their eyes and be in the moment, bro. Everyone does it. You see, like, what's the name of this boxer? There's a boxer who's Jake Paul? Yeah. You see that? Jake, right?
Yeah.
You see, like, what he's going through now through manifestation. The coach that he's working with, I talk to him all the time, and he's doing hypnosis. He goes through hypnosis, and I do exactly that to my athletes. Oh, man. So I can get on the position, see him see it, visualize it, lock in, and see him winning the fight, seeing the joy and feeling it, and getting up from the couch and say, yeah, I'm ready to go, full power, let's go. Like, he wants to go and fight now, bro. And that thing, I can do it. We can take you through that in moments, in seconds, in a now. And you can have the feeling of success right there, right now, instead of thinking you have to have it to feel it, to see it. No, you can see it now and feel it now. And that's what it is. And you realize that your mind is so powerful when you actually can lock that in, bro. Like
the experiment, I'm not sure what experiment, but these weightlifters visualize themselves lifting weights.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
I think,
and their muscles grew like 13%.
Bro.
Visualizing lifting weights, not even
lifting weights, yeah.
And I'm like,
why?
that is pure example on what you think. What your energy is, what you think. Energy is matter.
Yeah.
It's atoms. It's energy. Then that becomes your reality.
Bro.
With doing the reps.
So what we do through the reset is literally that.
I love that.
So we reset and rewire. And the rewiring process is exactly what it is that we're taking through. So you have beliefs that's been controlling and that's brought you to the moment that you're in right now. Thanks to those beliefs, it has kept you safe. You're alive, bro. And you're doing well so far. Now, where do you want to go next?
I think it's a good time because obviously year 2 of the podcast, we are leveling it up to another level. Good chat.
So now that's why we're here. So now we gotta go. Hey, now is the new thing. So where do you see? You were talking about branding, having brands involved with this. So now can you see yourself signing that deal? So we lock in. You lock your mind. You close your eyes. You take a nice deep breath, and you really, 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 really vividly try to switch that mind to see it and feel it and all the emotions in that moment, and you can literally just lock it in. And once you lock it in, you can feel it. It's either you're gonna go into the future or you bring it back, whatever it is. If it's in there now, we go along that timeline into the future, and we go into the future. We feel it. We get excited about it. We're there. Then we come into it now and feel like we've already received it. And then all you have to do is just wait for it to come. That's how powerful it is. It's very simple, straight up.
Such an eye-opening journey.
It's literally what it is. So when we go through athletes, like I got an athlete feeling a bit anxious. He's about to go into a big game, he's about to go into a big game. And then what we do is we go, okay, what's going on, man? He's scared. He's feeling a bit nervous. He's feeling a bit like, I can't do it. Why? Because of the crowd, because of, And then we go like, okay, let's go in. Dive deep breath, 30 minutes or a couple of minutes into it. Then we go like, okay, I want you to see yourself in this position. Feel the crowd. Be in a moment. Visualize it. What are you doing? What are you doing? What have you scored? Have you scored? Yes, you have. Who did you take on? How did you score? What did you celebrate? Did you run to the corner flag? Did you bang the goal in? What are the coaches saying to you after scoring? What are the teammates saying to you? Can you see the crowd screaming your name? Can you be in that moment? Are you present? Bro, that's amazing, bro. Keep locked in. Stay locked in. Okay, pause for a minute. Stay there. Feel that moment. Feel that moment. Feel that moment. Just stay locked in. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. Boom. And then you can just see he's already he's bro, he's fire. He's cooked.
Arms, man. I'm just listening to that.
and then by the time you see it, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool. Be in that moment for a minute and just be there. And the moment he's locked into that moment, and you say, okay, open your eyes. How do you feel? And he goes, let's go! Bro, I do this all the time, bro. It's mad.
Such a great process.
It's mad, bro. It's the best.
Lawrence, the last guest I interviewed on the podcast left a question for you, not knowing what business you're in, what your mission was. And this is the question.
Yeah.
If today was your last day, how would you spend it?
Look, if today was my last day, how will I spend it? I'll say I'll spend it with my family. I'll spend it with my mom. I'll spend it with my brothers. I'll spend it with my little nieces. I'll be in the moment present, and I'll love them. I'll kiss them. I'll be in the moment. I'll be just right there. I wouldn't be anywhere else. And obviously, because I don't have my family, family that comes, as my wife and kids and all of that in the future, potentially.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then I'll spend it with my family, and I'll have them all in there, locked in. And that's probably a lot more important to me, because obviously my brothers and my mom and my family has been in my world, because growing up not having a father figure around, they're my true connection to who I am and the person that I am. You can see from my event, My brother was there, my mom was there, everyone was there.
Such a powerful support system.
Yeah, so they were very present. And then if I was to spend my last day, it would be my family, bro. It'll be
I love that. Another strong value that comes out in your presentations.
Yeah.
What is the last question you want to leave for the next guest I interview on the podcast, not knowing what business they in or what they do?
Okay. So the question I'll have for the last guest you're going to have here is, if you were, based on how the world is going, if you were to change one thing about the world, what would that be?
Lawrence, I love that. Thank you very much. I have a thank you card for you just to say your deep appreciation for...
This guy is magic, eh? This guy is flying, man.
Thank you so much for coming on the Growth Concept podcast. I truly love this conversation in the in-depth on ego, moving past these barriers, not caring about what people think, pushing through that, building that resilience, putting ego aside, leaving it at the doorstep. I got a lot from this conversation, and I truly look forward for following your work and seeing your journey pan out. And we are here together.
Full power.
Oh, man.
Full power.
All links to Lawrence's resources in the show notes below. Lawrence.
Hey, brother.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, and I really enjoyed this. Congrats on your first year of podcasting. You know, you're definitely leading by example. And then for sure, I'm coming through, man. Got to set up the Ego Mentality podcast soon. Potentially, let's see where we go. And I continue to be here supporting you, seeing your growth. Because people that are, like-minded individuals, seeing things grow, that's the way it goes, man. We want to see you go on top. And potentially, my doors might be open for your doors, and your doors might be open for my doors, So, like, it's just the way we go, And then we can build a nice, successful tribe together, and we can go further.
Lawrence.
Amazing. Cheers.
Thank you.
Salud.